Okay, this is lucky number day 13. So this is kind of going to be a major project. This is a cake box tote, and I made this one specifically to match the Duncan Hines Spooky Fudge Swirl. Okay, and I got this idea from the internet. I saw a bunch of them, and the one that I got most of my measurements and ideas from was Inking, Idaho, but this one's specifically for this cake, and it's a little bit simpler, even though it probably looks like it's not. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make this. Alright, let me show you really quick the different parts to make this so you know exactly what we're doing. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to make the box that goes around the cake mix. And then the second thing is this little pocket right here. You can see it better on the side. The pocket that goes to the front. Then in the pocket, there's 4 things. There's 1 thing of sprinkles, 2 things of sprinkles, and 1 thing of M&Ms. And then these are cupcake toppers, 24 of them. And they're just in a little bag. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to make this little part that goes around it. Alright, so I've just done it several times, and this is what I think fits the best. And what it is 11 5/16 by 5 3/8. Okay? And then I scored it at 2 inches because that's how thick it is. So you have to have 2 pieces of that. And then you have to just fold those score parts. And then I'm going to show you how to adhere this. And then we're going to put on the ribbon. So that's the first thing you do. Cut 2 pieces, just like I said. And then fold the score marks. Okay. Next part is you put 2 little pieces of sticky strip on both the ends. And what you're going to do is connect these end to end. So I'm just going to take off the little red parts of this double-sided tape. This tape is really strong. In order for this to come apart, it will rip the paper. So that's why I use this. Okay, get it right up in there. Okay, and then I'm taking, you can't see because it's so long, but I'm taking off the sticky tape, and then I like to get the cake mix because I want it to be a perfect fit, and it will be if you put it down. And can you see, I'm just going to fold it. Okay, now the next part is going to use almost your whole roll of sticky strip. So get your sticky strip and ribbon. Okay, this is kind of hard to see, but I hope you can see that I put some sticky strip down and then around on both sides. So not on the top. And then what I'm going to do, and I can't do this on film because it's just, this is too big of a project for my little tiny camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the sticky strip and I'm going to push it up like this, and then I'm going to give myself a little loop at the top. Then I'm going to bring it down and around. I'm going to give myself a loop at the top again, and I'm going to make sure that it's the same amount. You know, the handles are the same size on both sides. And you can reposition it a little bit too. Then I'm going to go back down around. And I'm going to end it so both of the ends come together right about here. Because see, that pocket is going to go right over the top of that. So if they don't match up perfect, so I'm going to start my ribbon right there. So I'm going to turn this off, I'm going to take off this, and I'm going to loop it around and make it a perfect little set of handles. Okay, I took off the sticky strip, I started it right here. I'm going to push it up to here. I'm going to give it a little bit of a loop, not too much. And I might have to reposition it. I'm taking it down around the bottom. I'm laying it on its side where there's no sticky strip. Okay, now I'm going to make sure these are the exact same amount. And this is the part you can reposition if, like I made it a little bit too much, you can just take it off. You can reposition it until you pushed it down pretty hard. I'm about ready to do that in a second. Okay, that feels the same, maybe a little tiny bit more. Yeah, you don't have to be too much of a perfectionist. Okay, come down and around. Okay, so I measured about 50 inches, and that gives me this much leeway. I could have made these handles maybe an inch or two on each one, but that's about how much I'm going to do on this one. Okay, I'm going to clip this and do the next part. Okay, the next part is the pocket. It measures 5 1/4 by 7 inches, and this is the 7-inch side, and along one of the 7-inch sides, you're going to score at 1 inch and a 1/2 inch, and then at the two edges, you'll score in at 1 inch and a 1/2 inch. And then you just fold those all up, and if you want to decorate it with something, now's the time to do it. I did this in white, and I did it on both sides because this one I realized is going to be down too far. So I redid it on this side. Okay, so after you've folded those and scored it, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to clip out the corners. So on both sides. So that whole entire thing will be gone. Okay, and now I just take a little tiny piece of snail adhesive, put it right there, and just clip that on, and another little piece of snail adhesive and clip that on right there. Okay, because you don't need it to be really strong, you just need it to be held in place for just a sec. Okay, I have my sticky strip ready to go, but before I do that, I forgot I wanted to do a border punch. And if you lean right along the table when you do this, you'll get it to go all the way in and look perfect. The old style of stamp or punch, you really had to, I always turned it upside down and looked at what I'm doing, but these ones will get stuck if you do that. Okay, so then I have a little tiny bit of snail adhesive right there, connecting that. A little bit of snail adhesive right here to connect that. Okay, now I'm going to remove the sticky strip. Okay, I've taken off my sticky strip. Now right before I put this on, I'm just going to adhere the little Halloween tag that I made. You can see what I did. I used that little glue stuff with the glitter on the white things, and I used chalk on the cat and colored pencils on the bat and markers on the rest. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on here right along the bottom and right over that. And I like to use either my bone folder or a pencil or a ruler or anything to just get down in there and push that in, because that will stick really, 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 really well. Because we're going to stuff a lot of stuff in here. And so we want it to stick really well. Okay, we're ready for the next thing. Okay, this part actually takes kind of a lot of time, but I just wanted to show you really quick what I did. I took one of my favorite stamp sets, and these are all the different ones that go on it. And for these ones, I just stamped in white on black and then did a white scallop, and I did it on this side and this side. And I did a little bit different for that one. I did with craft black, so it'd be really good. The new purple and pumpkin pie. Okay, so this is how I put these together. I stamped on this, I punched it out, and then I punched out 2 of these. And then I put a little bit of snail adhesive to get them to stick together, and then I lined the edges with this glue, and I just held it really tight. And it's kind of a lot of time to make them all, but I wanted to do 24, and then I got the medium bag, and they all fit in here really nice. Now to fit it in that pocket, you almost have to squish them up to the top a little bit. You don't want them all shoved down there, because that pocket's not thick enough. Okay, then I just got some paper, and this I just use snail adhesive, because snail's the only thing that will stick to that plastic. And I use the top note die, and that fits perfectly on the medium-sized bag. And then tear that down. And I scored this so it's exactly in half, so I didn't have to worry about folding that. Okay, and then I just used the Bingo Bits Boo, and then I sponged it in a little bit of the green, and then I did a black punch behind it. And then I put that right there. And then the last thing I did is I just got a strip of black to make a little flag. And what you do is you get your square punch and then just come in here like that. And then that gives you your little flag. And then I just adhered all that on. Okay. I'm not going to do this part on camera. I'm just going to tell you what I did, and then I'll know how I did it so I can do it next time. Okay, I got the Halloween M&Ms, the fall ones, and I put it in one of these 1x8 bags, 1x8 inch. And then I did the owl with an owl to go on the back. And that's what this is. And I use snail adhesive at the bottom to make it stick to the plastic, and I use that glue at the top. And that's not going to come off until they're ready to take it off. And if you've never used one of these bags before, it has a little hole in the top like this. And then you can unstick this and fold it down. Okay, I've stuffed it with M&Ms, and I've taken off that sticky part. And now I can just fold this down and clip it down like that. And then here's my owl. Here's the back. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, here's the back part of the owl. The bottom part has sticky strip, and the top has a little bit of that glue. And this one has a little bit of glue and sticky. Well, it's just sticky tape. It's just snail adhesive. This will stick to the bag part, and then it won't come off right here. And this will peel off easy so they can get to the M&Ms. Okay, let me show you how to do this next part. This way I filled these last two bags is I filled it with almost a half a jar for each one of these. And I just made my own funnel out of paper, and I poured it all in, and I just waited and waited until it all went in. And these actually, they're more spread out. It was totally to the top, and then after it sat in there for a while, they started to come down. So then, I'll show you what I did for these. I just got the scallop punch and did 2 of these. Then did a green background, used my white gel pen to make a design and 2 dots for his eye. And then I did the pumpkin on a white square with the square scallop, and then just the same way I put on the owl. Okay, now I'm going to fill these up, and I'm not doing that on film. All right, I'm going to brave it. How to put sprinkles in this little bag. Okay, you just make sure you get that hole open just a little bit. Make your own little funnel. Stick it in. Pour in a whole bunch. Okay, and then I just let it slowly go in like that. And then I go like this to the bag so I can really stuff it a lot. See if you can even see what I'm doing. I have that hole really tiny so it can barely. Doesn't take very long, and it can be really easy too if you do it right. Now I probably still have half the jar that can be squished in there. Probably. You just have to go like this. And let's see how it just scrunches that all down. Now let's see if we can open this up again. It kind of gets stuck. That looks kind of funny. Alright. I think you get the gist. That's how you fill it up. Okay, then you're pretty much done. All you have to do is put each of your little things in the pocket, and you can carry it away. Love it.